Welcome back to the digital gold rush of the 21st century. This is Crypto Rush. Starting out, I just want to thank everybody that watched my first video, those of you that subscribed and hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Every time you hit that like button, I'm one step closer to actually being found in the search engine. In today's video, I'm going to cover how to use Gdax. Gdax is actually owned by Coinbase. It's basically just a more advanced Coinbase. And now, why would you want to use it? Well, for one, you are going to be able to reduce fees by setting limits. It's a really great option, especially if you're buying multiple times. You can also set stops. But before you actually are able to sign into Gdax, you have to have a Coinbase account. Now, there is a link down below, so go ahead and over to Coinbase real quick so I can show you what fees you can avoid by using Gdax. Now, I'm here in the buy-sell section of Coinbase. And then down here is learn more about our fees. Alright, I already have it opened up here. And then select what country you're in. I am in USA. So your US bank account that is checking or savings is a 1.49% fee, basically 1.5%. And then your credit debit card is a 3.99% fee. Now I believe that was a 2.5% fee. I had mentioned that in my previous video. It seems to have gone. Now, to reduce fees, you can transfer cash, your USD, from a checking or savings account. This will not work for a credit or debit card, but you can exchange your USD from your bank to the USD wallet on Coinbase for free. I believe that's a typo, unless they're planning on putting a fee in there in the future. But as for now, it's free to transfer that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you how to transfer your USD from your bank into your USD wallet here on Coinbase, but I can give you a quick example. You just head over to Accounts, scroll on down to your USD wallet, hit Deposit, and decide how much money you want to transfer. Now remember, you do have to have a checking or savings account to be able to do that. One thing I want to cover here real quick on Coinbase. Let's say that you have cash. It's sitting here on Coinbase, and something has dropped. You're wanting to buy. You don't have time to get on Gdax or whatever, or maybe you are just not signed into it yet, and you're wanting to buy. You know you have enough money. Make sure that this is on USD wallet. I've done it myself. I've heard stories from friends. They go, they buy their Ethereum, and then realize it took it out of their bank account. And let's say maybe you don't have enough money in your bank account. Now you're looking at overdraft fees. It can become a real mess. So just make sure that you are on your USD wallet. You're not on your bank account. Okay? Unless you are wanting to buy from your bank account, of course. But if you're wanting to use that money that you had sitting there, make sure that you are on USD wallet. Alright, now let's head on over to the Gdax and compare some of those fees. Welcome to Gdax. Alright, let's take a look at those fees real quick. My fees. Okay, you can read all that yourself. Taker fee, maker fee. I believe the taker fee is when you utilize the market section or option. And then the maker fee is when you utilize the limit option. Now we are on Ethereum USD, so the taker fee for this is 0.3%. Let's take a look at the maker fee. It's hiding behind me. Oh, look at there. 0%. So you use your limits, you set those, that's a 0% fee. Now, is the taker fee the same for using a stop? I believe it is. Yes. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what it is for Bitcoin USD. 0.25%. So that's a little bit better than Ethereum. Both are better than buying straight from your credit or debit card. Not as good as your checking or savings, but mainly you're going to want to use Gdax for the limit buys. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the exchange itself here. Right, now this can be a little intimidating, so I'll give you a brief run through of how to navigate through Gdax here. So you come up here, you can choose what you're actually wanting to watch, trade. You get your Bitcoin, and then the different uses for Bitcoin that you can trade against, your Ethereum, and then your Litecoin. So I'm just going to keep it on Ethereum today. Moving over to the right here, you have your order book. Now here in the red are the sell orders. And then down here in the green are the buy orders. Over here, these are your candlesticks. And you can choose between the daily. Let's move me out of the way. Boing, boing, boing. It goes all the way back to October 12th till today. And then you got your 6 hour. Look at all that volatility. Your 1 hour. Now when I say 1 hour or 6 hour, that means every one of these candlesticks is within the hour. That means this is 1 hour, this is the other hour, the third hour, fourth hour, and so on. So this candlestick will take 1 hour to actually produce the entire thing before it moves on to the next one. So then you got your 15-minute, and then it depends on like how in depth you actually want to pay attention and watch the action, is how close you kind of can zoom in and get a better perspective of what's happening instantly, like here with the 1 minute. The 1 minute candlesticks. Now the green is buying, and that's when it will go up, and the red is selling. That's about all I'm going to cover on this. I am not a financial advisor, and I am not the greatest at reading charts. When you first jump on this, you think that you are going to be able to make some really good money. Don't get too confident, because it can make you. Once you place an order, either it being a limit order or your stop order, it will appear down here, and you'll have the ability to cancel it. One last thing, head up to the depth chart, and this is just kind of showing you an overall image of who and where they're buying and who and where they are planning on selling. So I like to consider these basically like walls. You can zoom in and out of this, and it's pretty handy. Like if you're kind of wanting to take a step back and look, what if the price drops down to 463? Well, you've got a pretty good wall of buyers here that are waiting to stop that from going any further down. But the same as when it's going up in price, you got a lot of people selling right at this area. Alright, now to the fun part. Let's learn how to set up your limits and your stops and cover what the market is. So here we go. Move this back out of the way. Get it set up right about there. Put it back on the price chart. Alright, well, let's head on over. Well, we need to deposit some funds. Now, seeing as how it is owned by Coinbase, it is linked straight to your account, and the transfers are free. So let's go ahead and see how we go about doing this. Go over to your Coinbase account. I'm wanting to transfer. Yeah, let's go ahead and transfer my 3110 into my Gdax wallet, or Gdax account. Okay, it's generally really quick. And there it is, 3110. I can also transfer over some Ethereum. Let's go ahead and do that. It's free. How much do I want to put in here? Let's do 0.04. Deposit. Might take a little bit longer. Nope, just as quick. I've never had an issue with it taking any longer than that generally. Alright, so we got $31 to play around with here and 0.04 Ethereum to play with. Let's get started. Now, first off, you have your market buy. The only time I use the market is, let's say I'm in a panic and I need to buy it now, or I need to sell it now. You are going to experience those fees, and the whole reason why you're using Gdax is so that you don't. but it does come in handy every once in a while. I have had to use it. Moving on to limit. When using the limit option, the main rule of thumb here is you buy low and you sell high. This will help you out. Just remember, you buy low, sell high. All right, I know you hear that all the time, but it actually has a meaning here. If you're wanting to buy, if you're using the limit, you have to wait until the price goes below its current price. And then if you're wanting to sell, you got to sell it above the current price. So you're buying low and you're selling high. Now let me go ahead and show you an example here real quick. Now remember, I'm buying under $464. I want to try to buy it at $460. Now this is where you might need to break out a calculator. Since I'm a genius and don't need one, that would be 0.067608. That'll work. And then place buy order. Your open order will show up over here. Now I'm trying to buy 0.0676 Ethereum at $460. There's no fee. It was just placed. Let's move me out of the way. This order was just placed seconds ago, and then this is where you can cancel it. And then once the price starts going down and getting closer to 460, you will see your order over here. It will be in white, getting closer and closer to actually being able to be sold. And this is the current state. This is the current one that is being sold right now. Or excuse me, not sold, bought. This is the price that's being bought right now. Up here is where it's being sold. In between these two, this 10-cent section, they're kind of battling out between the bulls or the bears and the bulls. Or the green are the bulls, the red are the bears. Now, let's go ahead and do actually, you know what? I'm going to cancel this because I just wanted to use it as an example. So my order has been canceled. My money, my $31.10 is back up here by the USD in the balance section. Let's go ahead and sell. Now, how much Ether do I want to sell? Let's just go ahead and pre-fill sell it all. What price do I want to sell it at? Now remember what you do here? You make sure you sell it above this price. So I'm wanting to sell it above $464. So let's go ahead and go for $470. You don't need to break out the calculator on this one. It's a little bit better. Place sell order. And there you go. I want to sell 4 Ether at $470. There's no fee. This order was just placed seconds ago. That previous buy order was 2 minutes ago. And this is where you cancel. Now, I am going to cancel since I'm just using this as an example. Alright. Pretty simple. You do it a few times. You get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident with it. Now, let me explain the stop. Now, the stop is basically there to save your butt. Let's say that you're holding on to Ether. Oops, excuse me. You got 0.04, and you're worried about it dropping in price overnight while you go to bed or something. So you want to sell it. If it gets down to $460, you want it to sell. That's what the stop is there for. And it's basically the same scenario for buying. Let's say you don't want to miss out and you've been sitting on cash. You put the amount that you're wanting to spend on it, the price that you will buy. If that price is going up and up and up, you don't want to miss out. You're saying, well, if it gets up to this price, I got to get in because it could just skyrocket. So let's say if it gets up to $470, I'll buy it then. Or anytime that you are using the stop option, it will charge you that fee that we were trying to avoid. But you're charged that fee because it's saving your butt. Now there is one last feature that I'm going to show you, and that is the advanced feature here on. So now you have a limit price option that you can fill in. So if it gets down to $4.60, it'll buy down there, no fees. If it gets up to $4.70 at your stop price, it will buy, you will get fees. Now it's the same with selling, that if you're wanting to sell, you have a limit price, but remember it's going to be different. I can't remember what exactly prices that we did. Let's see. If I'm selling, I want to sell it at $4.60, right? If it gets up to a certain price and you're wanting to take profit, let's just keep it at $4.70 just for the heck of it. But you will experience, again, your fees for the stop price here. If it gets down to $4.60 and you sell, you got to pay the fees. But if it gets up to $4.70 and you sell, there's no fees. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to wrap the video up right here. I'm afraid if I give you any more information that your heads might just explode. So I hope you didn't find it too complicated, and that I really hope that you like this video. Please subscribe, hit that little bell notification, that way you get notified every time that I release a new video. Thank you for joining me here on Crypto Rush, and I will catch you on the flip side.